Ready?
Oh,
This is the mystery of using the word diminished. If you say C, diminished, you ask yourself one question. Is it a triad or is it a seventh? Most of the time when you just say diminished, you always mean seventh. Always.
Because you need the 4, right? To make the whole...
Well, the triad would be C, E flat, G flat. You don't get any note can be the root with a triad. When you do the seventh, you get C, E flat, G flat, and B double flat. Now, any note can be the root. Why is that? Because the distance from C to E flat is 3 frets. The distance from E flat to G flat is 3 frets. The distance from G flat to B double flat is 3 frets. And the distance from B double flat back to C is 3 frets. It cuts the octave evenly into equal portions. Wow. So no matter where you start to form the root, third, fifth, seventh, you keep getting the same 4 notes. So any note could be the root. When you do a triad, you don't get equal portions. You get 3 frets. You get 3 frets. And then back to the C is 6 frets. You won't get any note. The only 2 chords that can do that, cuts the octave perfectly in half, is the diminished seventh and the augmented chord. In the augmented chord, it's C, E, and G sharp. C to E is 4 frets. E to G sharp is 4 frets. And G sharp back to C is 4 frets. Any note could be the root, and they invert into the same fingering every 4 frets. So any note could be the root, you invert into the same fingering every 3 frets.
So in the C, it's actually really the C augmented is a triad.
Yes.
Because it's just 3. Because
it's not an augmented seventh. If you had a seventh, it wouldn't cut it up evenly. Yeah. In an augmented seventh, you'd have this: C, E, G sharp, and B flat. Now that would be a C augmented 7, C7 plus 5. This is 4 frets, 4 frets. G sharp to B flat is 2 frets. B flat to C is 2 frets. You don't have an equal division of the notes within the octave. So not any note can be the root. And as you move the chord up the neck, the inversion fingerings will change. Anytime you don't have any kind of consistency in the separation between the notes where it's always different, that's why the inversions always change. The fingerings change as you move up the neck. Only this and this. Diminished 7, which we just call diminished and augmented. And the diminished triad is very rarely used.
All right,
used more in classical.
All right, and you like the C sharp, the augmented. Is this
C augmented?
The C augmented. Is this something? Like, what's the main function for that augmented? Is it?
Because it's a tension chord. It leads to the next chord.
Same thing with the diminished.
Yeah, the diminished chord it kind of leans into it. It's like a voice leading chord.
Like a flavor chord.
It's really it's a really hidden dominant 7th chord.
All right. So again, you said that the diminished chord is if you wanted to substitute that, you would use a 7 chord a half step lower. Or if you wanted to use a
diminished chord, you would use this. If you wanted to substitute for a dominant 7, you would use a diminished chord a half step higher.
So if you were like saying A7 chord, you would use like a B flat diminished.
That's
chord?
right, and I'm going to show you why that works so well. Because on the B flat diminished, here,